Hello everyone, this is Infinum here, and today we have a very special guest. We just made a video on the Mandalorian Kid reveal. Check out his channel. This is Scribe Gaming. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, thanks, Infinum. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, really happy about that. So let's go right into this meet here. State of the Galaxy, December 2020. And we have them highlighting over here the challenge tier Rancor. So far we've had 136 completions from guilds. Can you believe this number?
That's actually a surprising amount. I didn't think it would quite be that high. I know we were going to, obviously the big guilds like Moore and Core and
Yeah, we're gonna
Team
do it.
Instinct, we're all going to do it. But 136 is a lot higher than I thought, for sure.
136 guilds. We even have 300 million GP guilds, that 3 million plus that are in there, probably, right?
Yeah,
it's
probably.
crazy still. It's crazy.
I'm impressed. I want to be one of those 136. I'm not quite there yet, but soon.
I like how they outlined the congratulations to our guilds that have braved these nightmarish depths. they are aware of what they're doing.
Yeah, they're fully aware. 100%.
And speaking of Challenge Tier Rancor, they released a new character. Is he good in Challenge Tier Rancor or not? We do not know yet, but I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to perform there. And yes, we do have the Mandalorian coming into the game as the Beskar armored version. So we did look over his kit. Make sure to check that video out. Link bottom thing, top thing here.
I do it with just as much aplomb as you. I'm just like, magic YouTube link thing up here. You'll find it.
Yeah, it will be there. It will be there. If not, link in the down description because it meant that I couldn't do it.
Technology is hard, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. All right,
so
cool.
as we round out our content for the Mandalorian, we're proud to bring the Mandalorian Beskar armor to the holotables. This Beskar-clad anti-hero has traveled the galaxy far and wide to bring his ward, the child, back to his people, the mysterious Jedi. The Mandalorian will be coming to you by the way of Hero's Journey. So last Hero's Journey character before this one was Rey Jedi training.
Well, I suppose it depends on how you take Jedi Knight Luke. Yeah, technically, that's a continuation, right? There was a Hero's... The Journey Continues or something like that. I don't know. You had GTR.
Interesting.
Yeah. It could
And
well
CLS
be.
before.
CLS was the first one, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Follow him as he transforms from a member of the scum and villainy to a reluctant hero and foster father. Kind of, yeah, I guess. An interesting father and son relationship there. And unlike other Heroes Journeys, the special event will be immediately available in the Journey Guide forever. So in case we miss out on the event the first time, it will be there once we want to pick him up and we see whatever crazy comps may come up with him.
Well, this is a really nice change, I feel, because it completely takes all the pressure off everybody to just immediately go ham, panic gear, panic farm the shards, buy shards from the shard store, etc. They're very much taking the stance of, hey, just get them in your own time. And that's sort of seen, as we see later on, with the relatively low gear recommendations as well. It's a nice change, right?
That's just in the next paragraph. Do you want to go over those?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So CG Doja Fett. Oh, my good friend Doja Fett. What a boss Mr. Doja Fett is. Shout out to Doja. How you doing, man? So he discussed the requirements in the recent podcast with the Galactic War Report. I don't know if you caught that, Infinum. I did have a listen through. It's only about 20 minutes long, I think, on the Galactic War Report podcast.
But yeah. I saw the text version.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the write-up on SWGOH events, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. Cool. For this hero's journey, you will need 7-star versions of Grief Karga, Cara Dune, Queel, IG-11, and the Mandalorian, OG Mando, as he shall now be known. That was released back in April. The only hard requirements is having these characters at 7-star, but we recommend having those characters at level 85, gear 10, and at least 5-dot mods. The difficulty will be in line with other Heroes Journeys events, but I'm sure players will figure out a way to do it with less. Now, like I was just saying, jumped the gun a little bit there, but this is incredibly refreshing for me. I was certain that once we hit GLs, all of our legendary events, everything that goes into the Journey Guide is going to be relic or bust. We're never going to have that.
I thought so too. I was really surprised as well. So, I mean, we got Jedi Knight Luke, he was full relics. Before that, we had Gas, that was the entry level to relics with the event. Arguably, whatever the hell that was.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
now we have this event, which is only gear 10 and 5-dot mods. I'm pretty sure most of us can be pretty happy about that.
Well, if you think about it, if it's gear 10, they're not going to have 6-dot mods, are they? So
Yeah, well, yeah. But, It's a lot less than what we've been used to in certain other events.
Which is super refreshing. Super refreshing. So I might try and fit this in between a GL farm, because that gear requirement now, compared to what we're used to for gear farming, it just seems like such a breeze. Gear 10 is kind of like, I could sneeze Gear 10 right now, you know?
Yeah, it does feel like that. Although that Mandalorian and some of those characters do require a lot of Kyrotechs, which can be a little...
that is the other side of it. So that will slow down your relics. But when you continue down here, I don't want to steal all the good text.
So 3 of those required characters are already farmable. Queel and IG-11 haven't reached that farmable status on the holotables yet. However, both will be available as additive drops on all Cantina nodes from December 16th throughout January 6th. So after that, they'll be moving over to hard nodes. What we guess by additive drops, we were talking about this before, might have to do with the way that they're going to be just added into whichever node that you are going to do. You're going to get a certain amount of those shards according to whichever amounts of energy you're spending according to that node. And for example, you don't need to farm node 6E, for example, to get this shard. You can farm your signal data, and on the side, you're going to get yourself some beautiful shards of first maybe Queel and then IG-11. Probably not both at the same time. It's what we were thinking about.
Yeah. I'd say because if they put them both out at the same time, because this is like 3 weeks long that they're doing this Cantina drop, if they put them both at the same time, we'd probably farm them all too quickly. So they're probably going to split it. Half the time it will be Queel, half the time it will be IG-11. And we are assuming that this is going to run in the same way that a Galactic Chase does, so that the energy node that you spend, it doesn't matter where you spend it, so you can farm whatever you like, and the drop rate will be more or less static, so you don't have to think, oh, I better farm the 8 energy Cantina nodes because I'll get more sims. It won't matter. It'll be like just like the Galactic Chase events where energy plays into the drop rate, which is refreshing. And we get a sick little
wrapping
gif
up
here.
2020, we could have a pretty lengthy discussion if we wanted to go over that path. While 2020 was an eventful year outside the Cantina, it was an eventful year as well for those who played on the holotables. We brought you the first Galactic Legends. Jedi Knight Luke finally appeared in the Galaxy of Heroes, as well as the second batch of Galactic Legends. Why are you not there in that paragraph? Both were huge milestones for the game, but in addition to that, there have been a number of reworks, new characters from Season 1 of The Mandalorian, new tiers for assault battles, and the brand new game mode with Galactic Challenges. If we're going to look over these, first rework that stands out nowadays is Darth Vader. He's actually an impactful character in the meta.
Oh my god,
but he's not the meta, which is kind of a cool place, because now you can actually fear Darth Vader countering maybe one of your Galactic Legends, and he does have that prevalence into it, but he's not the meta to an extent, so they can keep releasing new stuff. It's pretty cool. New characters from Season 1 of The Mandalorian, about time. Really good show, really deserves all of its protagonism. I do regret not seeing Season 7 of the Clone Wars here, though. Would be good if it was here. New tiers for assault battles. How did it feel for you? For example, when I started playing assault battles early this year, I only played, tier 1 and tier 2 of the normal stuff, because I couldn't get that far, but you probably could already do some of those mythic tiers.
Yes, some of them. Some of them I could do the challenge tiers, but some of them I just don't have the gear. And even to this day, my bounty hunters, for example, are still very low gear. So I've got no chance when it comes to the Rebel Roundup in the challenge tier 2. No chance. But it was nice and refreshing to think that these older events that had sort of become dry and kind of mundane have been refreshed. And not only did they get refreshed, but the gear they put in was really desirable. Like we're getting those additional signal data mats, we're getting finisher materials, we're getting Kyrotech, that sort of thing. The rewards are really good. So I'm happy with the changes to the assault battles, and that's for certain.
Part of this year was dedicated to working on tools to generate content faster. Oh, I do remember some of those working on the tools, and then how the community was upset that we didn't get anything after the Galactic Legends, which were basically just 2 characters, and then they came out with the puzzle for Jedi Knight Luke.
Yeah. But it was like 3 months. It was March. It was the end of March that we got the Galactic Legends, wasn't it? So there was the first quarter of the year where we had nothing. It was just like, Okay.
and even the first half of the year. But then they did bring out the Galactic Challenges and whatnot, and the events for the second Galactic Legends are way better.
Oh
way
yeah,
more
100%. And
playable.
even the Jedi Knight Luke event himself, yeah, that's a really good event as well. So it's just you can see the quality has been improving throughout the year, which is good.
Definitely gives out a positive vibe when we're going now into 2021. One of those bugs that I remember in that Jedi Knight Luke event was that Gamorrean guard sound he'd make.
Oh yeah,
in the last year.
yeah, for sure.
That was cool to see as well on YouTube.
Yeah,
that unlocked Jedi Knight Luke one day.
Yeah.
Who knows when.
Well, if they bring him back, come on.
They should have brought him back already, right?
I'm ready for Jedi Master Luke. I just need that Jedi Knight Luke to appear. Come on, give it to me.
That's a oof.
Yeah.
So early 2021 plans. Do you want to go over these?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're wrapping up our plans for 2021 over the next few weeks and preparing for another year of Galaxy of Heroes. Don't worry, guys, the game's not closing. They've got one more year, at least. Large and small, we've made a lot of adjustments to the game this year. That's absolutely true. Going to this next year, we have an eye towards the continuing expansion and renovation of our many systems and characters. It's been 5 years since our official launch of Galaxy of Heroes. And Galaxy of Heroes continues to attract new players all of the time. We are committed to bringing them the best introduction to Galaxy of Heroes, so that's sort of changing the new player aspect of it, which we can see with the shard economy changes. That was really good for new players, right? Whilst continuing to serve you, our long-term players. So maybe we're expecting. Well, they did suggest they were going to have a look at the gear crunch, much in the same way they did the shard economy. So fingers crossed for that, guys. We can't wait to look back on the 6th anniversary and see all the changes we've made together. 2021 means more exciting Star Wars characters, more events, quality of life. Quality of life? I'd forgotten what that phrase meant. Updates and some special surprises. I'll let you finish out this last little bit here, Infinum. Save the juicy little nugget.
A sneak peek of the next character coming to Galaxy of Heroes. It's confirmed. It's the armor from The Mandalorian.
I'm super stoked about this. I don't know about you, bro.
Man.
But
I am.
Anybody that hasn't watched Season 1 of The Mandalorian needs to go ahead and watch Season 1 of Mandalorian, because the armor, she is a badass. She's an absolute badass. Do you care to make any speculations towards what her kit's going to be like?
Well, we were talking about that a bit earlier, but light side Wat Tambor with that kind of versatility. So she did craft the weapons, she did craft the armor for the Mandalorians. It would make perfect sense that she could give out those kind of juicy buffs over for the teams. And with the way that they're just making unique buffs per teams, or for Mandalorian giving the whistling birds.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. Or in here, just making buffs for not only maybe in the Mandalorian, but maybe making buffs that would work for the whole light side or even the whole game, like what makes with the weapon tech and tank tech and medpack tech.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get something like that. But maybe she's also not a passive character because she's pretty badass.
Well, yeah, she was a total badass, taking down those stormtroopers like an absolute boss. What I'm really hoping that we'll see with her is similar to almost a reverse armor shred, where instead of removing armor, she can stack like 25% additional armor. That could be a really impactful buff, something that will decrease incoming physical damage by a significant amount. That would be a unique buff that we've not seen yet. And, if you check any new character that CG ever releases, they always like to introduce at least one new buff or one new debuff on a character that comes out, right?
Yeah.
So, Moff Gideon, for example, had the dominance, and what else did he have? He had the not the dominance. Sorry, that's Hux.
It was the insight that he had on the basic.
He had insight on
Hux
basic.
Did have the dominance, on the leadership.
But the area effect debuff that he has when he takes a turn as well, that decreases incoming damage. I can't remember. Deception? No, not deception. That's C, isn't it? I can't remember. But he does have his own unique debuff that decreases the opposing team's offense by 50%. Demoralized, that's it. So, we can see new stats get applied, new buffs and debuffs get applied with almost every new character. So I'm really hoping that she does some form of, like you're saying, weapons tech or armor tech. And I'd like to see some sort of reverse armor shred, because I think that'd be cool.
Something really unique, cool. But instead of weakening the other teams, instead empowers her own team instead.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
would be something to look for. And might I add, right? So extra armor, we know how those 5 counters, 5 cheese goes against SLKR. Adding in some extra armor for your characters, adding in some armor for your IG-11, who is already extremely beefy. That's some god stuff going into the game that she could add.
Yeah, for sure. So we're imagining that she's bound to have synergy with Mando, right?
Definitely. Both Mandos? That would be cool.
Well, she's more likely to have... Well, is she more likely to have the bounty hunter tag? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she'll be a bounty hunter.
But definitely scoundrel tag going in there.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
And then we could speculate on more characters that they might release. If they're releasing armor, are we getting Bo-Katan? Are we getting some more characters from...
Are we going to get a Mando tag? Come on.
Mando tag? I think they once said that they didn't want to bring a Mando tag because it could refer to the Mandalorian show, the Mandalorian himself,
yeah,
the Mandalorian
might confuse
cult.
people a little bit, yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to do that. They might just keep themselves to this Scoundrel tag, which I don't know. I think they could just go in with the Mandalorian tag. What do you think?
Yeah, I think a Mando tag would be cool, but they might even call it, like the Watch. That's because that's the faction that Mando belongs to, isn't it? So it could be a new The Watch faction, but then again, that would limit the player pool quite significantly because it would be like her and Mando. But we might see more people like that heavy gunner guy. Can't remember his name, but who knows? We might get more Mando characters coming with season 2. Hopefully.
What I do think is if they did bring in Bo-Katan, they could then add in, for example, a Death Watch tag as well. Maybe not bring in the Bo-Katan from the Mandalorian, but bring in the Bo-Katan from season 7, who'd serve a bit as a bridge. Bring in, who knows, epic confrontations or GL Maul in this. Okay.
I'm sure many people would be happy with that. Many people would be happy.
And some other people wouldn't as well. I think it's kind of controversial. Yeah. But we do need to see what they're going to build towards as the next GLs too.
Yeah.
Because those probably come out in March, I'd imagine.
Well, I'd like to assume that they're going to stick to a schedule of probably 4 GLs a year. If we get one every 6 months, or a pair every 6 months, as it were, I think that would probably make sense. I'm not saying I want that to happen because that's just too much farming. That's just too much farming, man. But that's what I would assume we would see is roughly every 6 months we'll get some new GLs. And who knows where it'll go now? Because, Disney have just had their investor meeting, haven't they? And announced 10 new projects for the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
and
so many stuff.
Marvel too. It's a great time to be a nerd. We're living in the golden age of nerdism. Amazing.
So any wrapping thoughts that you have for this State of the Galaxy post? Oh, there is actually one. Do we have another one next month?
Yeah, exactly. Now that's really surprising.
Communication.
Communication? How dare they? We don't expect this sort of behavior from UCG.
We love it. And Doja Fat has been bringing in such a positive vibe with all of that communication. Notifications as well. I just come in here and get those notifications in Discord with the news. Definitely happy about that.
Well, I just think that CG have done a really good job of turning around this year. I think that's the last I'll leave on this one. It started off incredibly slow, but they've really picked up the pace as the second half of the year has come in, and they're finishing it off with a bit of a bang. I like it a lot.
It is. Right now, the game is absolutely amazing to play. So, And we're gonna wrap it up. So, Scribe, thank you so much for having me. At the end of this video, there is that video to click on. Well, the Mandalorian kit. Definitely don't miss that one out. Really important. And we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Peace out.